Good morning, Bande Matram. Welcome all of you. The topic we are going to discuss on this glorious morning is on attachment. Things will come under obstacles in sadhana part 1. So, on a single but major term, we are going to discuss here on attachment. Every type of attachment in this yoga is harmful to the yogi or sadhakas. There must be no attachment, absolutely no attachment so far this yogin or sadhakas are concerned. There must be absolutely no attachment. We'll discuss this topic from Sri Aurobindo, and of course we'll see finally we'll quote the mother in a very systematic way. Anyway, the topic is attachment, and Sri Aurobindo begins with goodwill you should have for all. Definitely, you are a human being, social animal. Man is, a social being. You must have goodwill. We should have goodwill for all. Physical kindness for psychic kindness for all. That is also required, permitted. So, two things you must have. One is goodwill for all, and the second is psychic kindness for all. But no vital attachment, no vital attachment. Now you have run few steps ahead. You want to help the fellow people who are pursuing you, who are following you. So it is your duty to have the goodwill for them and the psychic kindness for them, but you must not keep any vital attachment to them. If it is there, then naturally it will be harmful for you so far this sadhana process is concerned. So no vital attachment. You must try to help people who are following you, but the thing is that you want to pull them towards the upward route instead. In, Instead, if you will be tagged by them, if they pull you downward, then that chapter is closed. There will be a big trouble for you. So we'll read Sri Aurobindo on attachment. If you are to do yoga, you must have only one desire and one aspiration. Only one desire and one aspiration. You should make the submission and the surrender sincere, real, and complete. So these are the things required. You must suppose you are doing the yoga for the yogis who are pursuing this integral yoga. So if you are to do the yoga, you must have only to desire and desire. You must have only one desire and aspiration. You should make the submission and the surrender sincere, real, and complete. It can't be as long as you cherish the vital attachment in family, child, and anything or anybody. Definitely, that the vital attachment must not be there. It must not bind you. It must not be a obstacle on the way. Definitely, you must never cherish any vital attachment to family, child, or anything or anybody else. So whatever is required, that is submission and surrender, and those submission and surrender must be sincere, real, and complete. These are the most essential conditions and essential requirements so far this sadhana is concerned. They must be helpers. You must think that these things will come as a bar instead of helping you. Then next, Sri Aurobindo goes forward a little bit and tells, in yoga, friendship can remain, but attachment has to fall away. Friendship, what is really, we don't know what really the friendship means. Uschave besane chaiva, durbhikhe satru vigrahe, rajadware smasane cha, jah tishtati sabandava. So this is the relationship, this is the definition of friend and the friendship. Uschava besana, when you are celebrating. And Bidasa Besan, then Durbhikhe, when somebody is running short of food, so drought, and Satru Vigraha, suppose you are facing any revolt from any side, and Durbhikhe Satru Vigraha, Rajadware, when you are facing some trials in the court, And smashane, somebody is there, he must be able to help you when in the crematory ground. Those people who are present at those crucial junctions, they can be considered and a friend, and their help is the proof of the true friendship. But the thing is that we have taken friendship, we don't know in which way. Anyway, friendship remain, but attachment has to fall away, and such engrossing affection would keep one tied to the ordinary life and consciousness. Suppose somebody is having some engrossing affection to somebody, it is likely you are not going or progressing in or proceeding in the spiritual path. Rather, you are tied to the ordinary life and the ordinary consciousness, that must be taken care. So friendship remains, but attachment, and attachment means has to fall away, or any kind of engrossing affection that is harmful. Instead of leading you in the spiritual life, it is pulling you towards the ordinary life and ordinary consciousness. Again, Sri Aurobindo goes to the next step. Any attachment or restlessness come in the way of spiritual working. So whatever is coming, two things: one, attachment or restlessness comes in the way of spiritual working. Train yourself to look calmly. Train yourself to look calmly without disturbance, and simply see what has to be done and quietly will it. What can be best? That time, try to remain quiet, observe the things, and plan what really you can do. If it is crossing your limits, and then try to take shelter. Definitely, that is the only way to take shelter under the grace of the Divine Mother, grace and protection of the Divine Mother. Mother. It is so that the ordinary consent of the nature force can be overtopped and overcome. Very deep, very much essential thing what has been quoted by Sri Aurobindo. It is so that the ordinary consent of the nature force can be overtopped or overcome. That is the required condition we have to know. Again, we have to go. Attachment is attachment in whatever part of the being it may be. Attachment is attachment. Falsehood is falsehood. Or, suffering is suffering. That's what you must know. There must be no compromise at all. Attachment is attachment in whatsoever part in your being may be. In order to be unattached, then attachment is attachment. What is there? You can't claim this is the superior attachment, this is inferior attachment, this is packed with ignorance, or it is erroneous. It is attachment in whatever part of the being it may be. In order to be unattached, one must be unattached everywhere in mental, vital, and physical planes. Action. In your mental action, vital action, and physical action, you must stay unattached everywhere, wherever you go. That is the required conditions. And again, Sri Aurobindo quotes, to become indifferent to attraction of outer objects. It is there. So even if you are going on the path of the sadhana, unless otherwise you have reached a track, that attachment is more clearly seen, more prominent you can find. That time you can know that guru is finding a gold coin, and he is trying to hide so that his disciple can't be able to know this is the gold coin. Maybe possess some attraction for this gold coin, and that time he is trying to hide. At the time he is trying to hide, and that disciple is coming. Sir, Gurudev, what are you doing there? Because actually Guru is restless and telling no option what he can tell, telling the truth. अभी वही करने जा रहा था, शायद आपको अल्योर करेगा, शायद इसको आप पुल हो जाएंगे, तो इसलिए मैं इसको ढूंढ ये से कुछ बना रहा था, कैसे प्लान कर रहा था, कैसे किसी को इसको ये कहाँ पे रोक दूँ. So this disciple is seeking. Gurudev, you are wrong. Do it. Still, then you can see this is a gold coin. But actually, मैं तो इसको देखता हूँ ऐसे मिट्टी जैसे मुझे लगता है. Gold coin को इससे मुझे दिखता ही नहीं. I can't see it as like a gold coin. What are you doing here? Then this guru is actually trembling. He is finding this, see, up to a consciousness. ऐसे चेतस इसको इतना इतना इम्प्रूव्ड चेतना के साथ वो प्रोग्रेस कर रहा है, लेकिन मुझे मालूम नहीं. So he is actually hugging him and telling, I am proud that I have got a disciple like you. So, how shall I get indifferent? To become indifferent to the attraction of the outer objects is one of the fast rules. Fast rules. Then you know fast rule to get indifferent to the attraction of the outer objects. Then for this non-attachment liberates the inner being. Non-attachment to whatever is coming. Non-attachment liberates the inner being into peace and true consciousness. That is a great thing. That is the rule, first rule, to get indifferent to the attraction of the objects in outer objects. If this is the there, it is the first rule. If it is there, you have achieved, then what is the gain? How are you benefited? Then you can find the non-attachment liberates. Then this non-attachment liberates the inner being into peace, liberates the inner being into peace and the true consciousness. And finally, here in the course, coming to the point really on this attachment and the detachment and the non-attachment. So even after the liberation, one can remain vigilant. Anytime it can come. It can return anytime. So even after liberation, one has to remain vigilant for upon these things, go out and remain at a far distance, waiting to see if under any circumstances, any condition, they can make a rush and recover their kingdom. Once it is you are liberated. They have been displaced. They have been thrown away. They wait patiently and look back. If some more attachment is there under any circumstances or any condition, if they find something, a loophole, then definitely they try to make a rush and recover their kingdom. They can't forget it. They try to recover their kingdom. If there has been an entire purification, suppose this condition has reached an you, entire purification down to the depths, and nothing is there, open the gate. The gate is not opening, there is no space for him, no calling. Even if they wait and see, there is no space for him. Then chapter is closed. They don't have to return back. Then they can't do it unless otherwise. Actually initially they have been displaced, no problem, they are standing at a distance and observing. If some loophole is there, some circumstance or condition is created so that you need them, you are trying to pull them, then if immediately they will rush in and try to recover their kingdom. Suppose the reverse condition is coming, suppose the opposite condition is coming and they find आपके पास कोई अटैचमेंट नहीं है, आपके पास कोई स्थान ही नहीं है, तो क्या करेंगे? इसको रिटर्न करके मिल फायदा क्या है? रिटर्न तो कर ही नहीं सकता बिकॉज दैट स्पेस इज फ्यूल्ड. So what they will do? Definitely they will try to not to return, not to in rush. That is the what they will come and will go for the message from the mother. The attitude of ascetics who say, I want nothing, that is the best, one of the best messages that attracts and actually it satisfies me. These ascetics, they say, I want nothing. And the attitude of the man of the world who is having sansara and all, she say, I want this thing. I want this thing. So there is a difference. If you feel that ascetic is coming, his face, I need nothing, I do I want nothing. Then another, the man living in the worldly circumstances, samsara and all, they feel I want this thing. Here in the course the attitude is the same behind both mother course, both. One may be as much attached to his renunciation as another. The first one, the ascetic, is attached to his renunciation. And second thing, second thing, the other is to his possession, that sansari, his possession. So both are attached. You must accept all things. So what we have to do? You must accept all things, and all those things that come from the divine. That is what the best thing you can do. Whatever is coming, you try to accept, and that must come. That is coming. Accept what is coming from the divine, especially, exclusively. So because things can come from concealed desires under disguise. That time you can't understand from where it is coming and how it is disturbing and how it is disturbing. So be vigilant and see, find the things, being vigilant from where it is coming. These concealed desires under disguise it is coming. Try to see it. Anyway, it is time to close. Bande Mataram. Thank you.